niggas like West Ham taxmen. You don't wanna see the gang vex, man. Pull up in 2-litre dingers and press that.
Selling black, going ham in West like Declan Rice. Doing like popcorn, everything nice.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Hammers Fans United and welcome back to the Player Rating Show. I am joined by a very special guest and, channel member, which is Davey, who I think I'm right in saying this is going to be his first time ever going live. Is that right, Davey?
That's correct, yeah. How you doing, guys?
So, I've spoken to Davey prior to this and said, there's a nice core of followers of this channel, and the more we do this, the more you'll also get to know Davey. I think I might have to put some of the players back in to StreamYard for the ratings. But yeah, Davey, before we get to the ratings, give us your thoughts on what you just watched. I'm gonna look what's in here.
Disappointing performance. I mean, I didn't expect us to go out there and stand toe to toe with Arsenal, so to speak. Because they have far more technical players than we do. So I knew it was going to be like a bit of a defensive block, low defensive block, and you try to play on the counter-attack. However, it's unfair, Martin, you know what we do. It's unfair to single out individual players, but, I've been saying this for a few weeks, and Antonio, I don't know if the hype is gone to his head, but he's been poor. I mean, poor. It's funny because my son, I was watching the end of the game with my son, and I said to him, if you take away the speed, I could go and play and my touch would be better than his. You know? So, it's disappointing in that respect. And we had, I don't want to say too many below par, but we did have too many below par performances. And I think it could be a result of the squad being a little bit stretched. We've seen that with injuries to, Zuma and Bonner. Johnson, likes of Johnson. So now I think it's going to be a trying few games for us before the January transfer window, and we need to get some points. Try to pick up some points if we can. But yeah, not a good performance. To be fair, Arsenal thoroughly deserved the win.
Yeah, I'm just looking at which ones I haven't got in StreamYard. So. Let's get to the comments, and then I can try and introduce you to some of these people, David. So, the Disabled team, Davey, are Leeds United's fans, and they're very much supporters of this channel and West Ham Random. And I didn't know initially there was Leeds. I didn't know they had a channel, so they're good people. So I've subscribed to them. I'm also going to subscribe to them off of our DBXL channel later on today. But yeah, okay. Good people, man. Like I said, the more you do the live, and that's the whole point. You go live and you get to know people. Kimmy is all the way in California. She said she used to actually play football as well. So I think she tunes in predominantly for the six-pack celebrations. But yeah, she's a West Ham. She's a West Ham fan. Disabled team again. Darren Higgins is West Ham fan. He's all the way in Thailand, Davey.
Okay. Aaron, how you doing?
And his son Richie's just turned 15. He's like 1,600th in the world out of 8 million plus players. When you play the fantasy league and that?
Yeah.
So 8 million plus participants, and he's like 1,600 in the world rankings. Hey. Exactly. Who else we got here? Disabled team again. Oh, okay. So Lee is the disabled team's son. I only realised that because I think he subscribed tonight, so he's new. But once again, it's like, we're going to have a lot of Leeds people in the chat, and when they go live, West Ham in their chat as well. Always look at the bright side of life. This is Keith.
And that's Keith.
So, Keith is also new to me, but he's also a Leeds fan as well. And look, they're the first ones here. David, I don't know if you want to just keep talking. I'm going to try and just put these players back in, just because I don't know.
Yeah, I don't mind. Like I was saying, disappointing result. Big test, to be fair, against Arsenal. The winners would stay in fourth place. They thoroughly deserved the win. Started well. We were lucky to go in, a little bit fortunate to go in 0-0. Came out the second half, they got the early goal. Even though we didn't play that well, that was a shocking referee decision, Martin.
I think so.
Yeah, 100%. He clearly won the ball. And even if he did give the penalty, then why issue the card? I mean, even the first card he got was harsh.
That's what I said. I said that as well.
You know, the first yellow card he got, he didn't deliberately try, because if he thought he deliberately tried to elbow him, it would have been a red card.
Exactly. And
then he gets that second yellow card, and it just spoils the game after that. Then we're not really in it after that. And then when Rama comes on and gives away a sloppy ball in the attacking third, they break on us, and Smith Rowe, gets that goal. So the 2-0 about fair, I suppose, for them. I was just hoping they didn't score no more and say,
exactly.
Let's not fall apart here.
Big up Lee, lad. So we got a lot of Leeds in it. Any friend of Brother Titch is a friend of mine. Yeah, David, these are good people, man.
How you doing, disabled team? How you doing, Keith?
David, Keith asks, are you happy with the performance?
No, Keith. No, we're not. We're not happy with the performance. I think the only ones who come out of there with any credit tonight was Rice, Dawson, and possibly the keeper. Chelsea didn't do too much wrong, to be fair, as well. But Mazaraku, Martin, we've said before, he's not a left back. He gets found out too many times, and tonight was another time that he got found out. Our front three, Bowen, Fornells, Antonio, they weren't in the game at all. Antonio was poor, like really poor, I thought. Bowen, I think they tried. Bowen and Fornell tried hard, but they need a bit more support. Suchek was bad. He was. We know he's good in the air. He's not really technically gifted, is he? But he tries to play. He tries to do his best. He just wasn't. Tonight, he was just he was outdone. We were outdone by a better team, really.
Right. What I'm gonna do, we're gonna get straight into the ratings because we don't want to, drag this on. Maybe half hour. I think all the players are there. So we will start with Davey. Will give his rating. Let me just remove this comment. Then. And your reasonings for that, and then we will go to the chat to get everybody else's. So, Davey, starting with Lucas Fabianski. Out of 10, what would you give him, and why would you give him that rating?
Out of 10, I'll give Lucas Fabianski a 7. I think he did what he needed to do. Made some important saves, some important blocks, and obviously the penalty save was a big moment in the game. Stopped us going 2-0 down. I think he played really well for us, made some really good saves. His distribution was fairly good as well. So definitely a 7.
Okay. I didn't see him actually do anything wrong, and it looked like they tried to look back on the. You understand? Like you want to any little thing. Oh, was he off his? You understand? Like they didn't even look back at the penalty on VAR, did they? He didn't look like it anyway.
No.
That's a joke.
I think they had a quick look, and then they decided that because his momentum carried him through the player. Yeah, which is a ridiculous rule. I mean, if you're sliding in, you're gonna have.
Yeah, what are you meant to do with your foot? The disabled team says the referee was awful on that decision. As soon as the ref sends him off, VAR won't change it because they won't undermine the referee. It's a joke. Darren says leaving for work soon, so we're listening in the car. Nice one, Darren. What does West End do to move on? Word. Right. Scoushammer says 7 out of 10, so he agrees with Davey. Disabled team says 7.5. Made a save and pushed it out in front of him, but did really well with the penalty. And Keith says the referees are too much for the top 6. Yeah, exactly. In response to Keith, he said, what does West Ham do to move on? Davey, what would you suggest? We're in our current predicament, basically.
I think we need some numbers in, personally. I've said this already. I think it's going to be difficult because we've got, what is it? Is it 4 games, 5 games before the break over the Christmas period?
Yeah, maybe more than that.
Yeah, I think we just need to freshen it up a bit. Martin, we spoke about, playing in Europe. Remember when they played a lot of the youngsters? And apparently is it Oxoflex? Is
Oxoflex, yeah.
Oxoflex. Apparently he's not registered because he doesn't. I was reading up on him, and he doesn't come across as homegrown. That's why he couldn't.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think they should give him a run in the team. He's scoring goals for
tonight.
Put him on the bench and give him a little 15 minutes cameo. I think we need to take. And I mean, as much as I like Antonio, and obviously he's a big player for us, I just think that he shouldn't just be guaranteed to play and produce that kind of performances, not just for 1 week or 1 game, over 2 or 3 games. I think something needs to be done. Change it up. Bring in Yarmolenko as I don't really I don't think he suits our way of play, but
he couldn't do any worse at this moment in time.
He can control the ball, you never know, and he can score a goal. So I just think freshen it up a bit. What's he waiting for? Freshen it up.
Yeah. Okay, right. So I think, everybody's given their, maybe, because West Ham ain't done great, like people that forget that. Let me just see. Someone else might have commented a score. Does the Hammers get big money spent and keep costs down in January? And do the Hammers get big money spent? I'll keep the cost down in January. Do you think we'll spend money in January?
I think we're getting up to a couple of players, maybe 3. I think about 2 players, maybe 3. I don't think we need to spend that big though. I think just getting a few players. We definitely need a centre back, possibly. So, and yeah, we'll see. And probably a striker.
All right, so, okay, let me remove your previous score. What would you give Vladimir Sufa and why? And then, obviously, people in the chat.
Vladimir Sufa, I will give him a 5.
5 out of 10?
Yeah, I mean, he did okay, not too bad, up until the red card. The red card, obviously, although I don't think it was his fault. I don't think it was, as we just explained, it was a harsh decision. But, I'm looking at the back line. The 2 centre-backs were fairly okay. The right and left back, yeah, they struggled a bit on our side. And, that challenge obviously went against him. The other one went against him. Was one of his better performances. He's been out of the team. He's come back in. He's finding a bit of form. But, yeah, it wasn't a very good performance from him all around.
All right, let me ask you. Who's at blame for that goal? Is it Dawson? Is it Soufal with that big gap? Or is it a bit of both? For Martinelli just having the freedom of...
The thing is, I don't know if he realised how quick Martinelli is. So maybe the speed of Martinelli caught him by surprise, because I don't know if he's played against him before. He's aware that Martinelli is a really quick player. He's really athletic and he's quick. So maybe the speed of Martinelli, because once he got in, he couldn't do anything, because if he touched him, he's down. So I think the speed of Martinelli caught him out, because he's not the slowest of players, is he? Too far. He's pretty quick himself, but Martinelli is like electric and he's really quick. So I think the speed just caught him out. It's a good ball, and his reading of the game possibly could have been better. And the finish was really good. It was a really good finish, wasn't it?
So 5 is obviously an average performance. Let me see. Oh, Hammerhead, big up Hammerhead. He wasn't in the watch along. He's another cool guy. Boom, boom, boom. Disabled team. Right, Hammerhead, terrible. Terrible from Moyes out. Funny. This is as far as Moyes can take us, lads. No, still confident Leeds to get at least a draw. I said on the watch along that I feel Leeds will give a better account of themselves against Arsenal than we did tonight. I don't know what you think about that. Do you think Leeds will put a better performance against Arsenal on Saturday?
Possibly. I mean, they play different to us, don't we? I think if there is a criticism against Moyes, is that, obviously we play defensive, it doesn't always work. And when it does work, we get the results. But, I think sometimes, I mean, if you listen to Keon, although we know he's an Arsenal supporter, at half-time, he was really critical of West Ham, saying, look, we're sitting in, but we'd come out a bit more. But I think we can't come out and match Arsenal toe for toe. We haven't got the personnel for that, They are a really technical side. And if we do try and match them toe for toe, you know what I mean? I think they'll just take us apart.
Wally is, I don't know if you saw, he's one from each team, Davey. He is from America, and he says, he's been saying this already, he really likes Martinelli.
Yeah, I do as well, man. I think he's just coming back to his best. He's had a big injury, hasn't he? He's been out of the team, he's coming back in. They, if they get it right, they've actually got a decent squad, Arsenal.
Yeah.
And I would say, man for man, they've got a way better squad than we have.
So Peach is in the building, Davey. You know Peach is.
Yeah.
He's put Fredericks is quicker because Wally is a big fan of Fredericks because of he's the pace and that. So I think Peach said Fredericks is quicker than Martinelli. Yes, Peach says So look, Wally's agreeing with him. Right, here we go. So this is the scores. Partly at fault for their first goal. Neither yellow was deserved. Another strong performance though. 6 out of 10 from the Scouse Hammer for Soufal. Okay. Disabled teams. Disabled teams agrees with Davey. 5 out of 10 for Soufal. You lot, where are you in the comments with your ratings? Okay, Keith says we need to stuff them for West Ham. Yeah, we need some payback, man. We need Leeds to turn Arsenal over, man. We ain't got no Soufal for the next game as well, obviously, with that red card.
One game, wasn't it? One game?
Yeah, we won game. West Ham random. Okay, not everybody's commenting, but yeah, I said you can always catch up. Let's go to... and I don't really like to, sway whoever's doing the ratings, but I think this guy had a good game, man. A crucial game in regards to blocks and that. Davey, what are you saying for Dawson? And I will remove...
Dawson. I actually gave him a 7, mine. I actually put some ratings together before I come on. I thought, let me just the game and put them on. I'm cut on my phone here, just in case you think I'm lying.
No.
I gave him a 7. I think he done really well. I think defensively, he's one of our best defenders. I don't think that's questionable for me to say that. I think where he gets exposed is on the ball, is distribution. And that's not his strength. But you can't be good at everything, can you? So that's fair enough, But I think, now, even more so now, I should say, he's going to be a massive player for us because I think whenever we need him, he doesn't let the team down. Which is a sign of a good player. He always does really good, and if he does make an error, it's in possession, not defensively.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you think about it, he's a defender, so that's fair dues to him. He's always done well, and that's why I give him a 7. I think he's made some great blocks in and around the box. He's not frightened to put his body on the line. Brave, strong, good in the air. So yeah, I think a 7 is definitely good for considering the result that we got tonight.
Right, this will be interesting. I want to see what everybody else says. Okay, look. So, disabled team agrees with you. 7 out of 10, solid. Keith Nash also agrees with you. 7 out of 10 for Dawson. Anybody else, you lot? Because we don't really want to spend too long, especially after that performance. Seriously, it's like that was so flat, man.
Oh my days, man! It's like
flat. I'm trying to find. Is that him? This is very. We can always catch up, you lot, but yeah, we don't want to spend too long. Right, so his partner obviously was Issa Diop, who I don't think that done anything wrong tonight. But yeah,
I gave him a 6, Martin. I gave him a 6. I think we're splitting hairs really, but he could easily have got a 7. Yeah, but I gave him a 6 Issa Diop. He didn't really do much wrong. Made a very important block, I think, from Saka near the end. Just before they got the second. So, yeah, I think as a pair, they've done well. He's a little bit better in possession, although, him himself, can, I think, sometimes look a bit uncertain in possession. But, yeah, he's a youngish player.
Yeah.
He's a player I like. So, yeah, I gave him a 6.
Okay, right. Just going back to Dawson, Cam says, always get 100%, works his arse off. A series of great blocks and intimidation. 7 out of 10, so he agrees with you. Luke, this is how he always enters, even in ladies. Luke's another, a big supporter of, all the West Ham channel, but definitely West Ham Random and Hammers Fans United. Big up Luke. And he'll be very critical of, I think, tonight's performance. Disabled team, 7 out of 10 again, solid. That's for Diop, I think. Yeah, it is. And Luke Legend, how are you, our friend? Right, so okay, right. Let's move over to left back. Alpha Masuaku.
He was poor. He was poor, Martin, man. He was poor. And I think he sometimes almost like, I don't know, I feel like he hides in game. I'll be honest, I gave him a 4. I gave him a 4.
Hammerhead would probably.
There's a few that got 4 tonight. He was one of them. And we know he's good offensively, but he's playing left back for us. Yeah, and I feel like occasionally he doesn't want to put himself on the line, and I don't understand that. This is not like kids football where, you're frightened to get hurt, etc. He's a big man. So he should be able to put himself on the line and take whatever comes with that, especially for the team. So everybody else is doing it, then you should do it as well. But yeah, he was poor tonight. Yeah, 100% he was poor. And I think, once we have a few transfer windows, we will say bye-bye to him. That's my belief. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. I think we have him there because
out of necessity.
At the moment, we're not in a position to do anything other than that. So then he gets his play because Cresswell's injured, Johnson's injured. So then we have to play him. Although, the young kid that played the other night, what's his name? Longello. Yeah, I quite liked him.
He looked decent.
Yeah, he played. He looked all right, especially his attacking sense. So, but Masaraka is good going forward, to be fair.
Okay, right. 4 out of 10. Let's see what the chat is saying for Arthur. Okay, right. So Keith caught up and said Diop was a 6. Dun, 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 dun. Just deflated. Right. Luke says men versus boys, and he looked about 12 years old. Yeah. 7 watching and 3 likes. Share the love of Titch and Davey. Yeah, man. Hit that like button, please. Right, here we go. What's this? -1,000 for Krapuaku. Yeah, he's not a fan of Mas.
He was poor.
I was waiting for Hammerhead's score for him. Masuaku got to 5 from Keith. Cam 6. Oh no, Diop just didn't seem to show much today. However, played some good balls forward. 1 long ball to Sufa, which was a peach of a thing. Okay, that's for Diop. 6. Disabled team gave Arthur a 5. Good going forward, but not coming back. Luke says Masuaku cannot defend. We all know this, including Arsenal. -4 or 4, Luke? I think that's a 4. You're agreeing with Davey, I think. Rather than minus. Yeah, that's a 4. And Cam says Masuaku 6 out of 10. Main problem is getting back. Going forward, he was fast and effective. Created some big chances going forward, just couldn't track back. Yeah, I also think, I am a fan of his, and, I see him as the underdog, so even more so. But, yeah, they was beating him too easily, man. And I see what Davey's talking about, with, turning his back on the board and stuff like that. But he's in there because Creswell's injured, man. I think... Yeah, I genuinely think that if Creswell was playing tonight, and I think that, Masuaku as a left forward would have done better than Antonio done across the front three in tonight's. You understand? I just think he would have had a better game than Antonio based off tonight's game. Okay, right. So let's go to. It's be interesting to hear Davy's thoughts on Declan Rice. Let me remove the comment and banner.
Declan Rice,
Davy.
Actually, he played really well. I thought I gave him a 7, Martin. Nobody got more than a 7, by the way. I gave him 7. I thought he tried to inspire the team, he tried to push the team on, got on the ball, tried to play. I think it was only once I see him got eased off the ball and give away possession, which is unlike him because very few people eases him off the ball. But yeah, I think, in some respect, watching him near the end of the game, I felt a little bit sorry for him. And I'm thinking, I'm trying to think like him. And I'm thinking, in his head, he must be thinking, well, if we're struggling like this to beat the big... Well, we haven't because we're beating Liverpool, we're beating Man City, so...
Chelsea.
We haven't done that bad against teams higher up. But today we weren't good, 100%. And as much as I would like to admit it, because he's probably our best player, without a shadow of a doubt, I would understand if he says at the end of the season he wants to move on. I don't think anybody can begrudge him that. So, yeah, I think he's our best player. So I gave him 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that will probably be echoed in the chat. Let me just see what we were saying. Okay, so Keith gave Rice an 8 out of 10. Luke Legend, second choice back 4. Yeah, exactly. And I said that during the stream, it is because, before all these injuries, it was Johnson, Zuma, Ogbonna, and Creswell, and and that's why I knew that we're gonna go through tough times because they're vital to our success, and now we ain't got any of them. So, we have to obviously keep that in mind. Disabled team 7 out of 10 for Rice today. Not his usual high standards, but up there. These are funny, Davey. They want to get rid of Dan James. Rice for James, You
don't like James. No way. We don't want James. He'll run and leave the ball behind.
And that's what they say. They put in the thing. Harmony put in their beep beep. Roadrunner. Yeah, that's what they say. They said that's it. No, Roy's another solid guy, Davey. Roy. No, you haven't missed it, Roy. You can catch up. You can just quickly catch up if you want. But yeah, Roy's a big supporter, man. Every live watch along, he's been there. And, he's a follower of all the other channels, but he's been in these ones, the smallest channels, watch along.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can catch up, Roy. Luke says, right, 7, still top, but can't make lemonade with no lemons. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And that's probably what Davey's alluding to. Like, he might look around and think, geez, man. But, he still has to take into consideration how well we was doing with a full squad, and now those major injuries. Absolutely. They are major for us as well. Like, we already had a thin squad, so to lose your whole back line. Scouse Hammer says 7 out of 10. The young skipper never disappoints us, full of energy, drove the ball forward plenty of times, found certain key passes that could have built up to goal. Yeah, for a game like that, it was very hard for Rice to stand out, and he still had a good game. Luke Legend, so did the no, say right. Roy said I've missed it, and then Luke's response is so did the West Ham players, right? Yeah, they did. And Roy says 6 for Rice. Okay, and then Roy's laughing at Luke. Right, so let me go to where is it? I think this is him. Yes, it is. Right, Davies, Thomas Souček. Let me remove that.
I wasn't impressed with him tonight, Martin. I haven't been impressed with him in the last few games. I think he's a decent player. I think aerially, obviously, we know it is one of his strengths. He's really good in the air, both defensively and offensively. However, on the floor, I've seen him count. He want him far too many times more. And tonight was another one of them. I think, I remember the old Clint. I don't know how old some of these guys are, but I remember the old Clint Eastwood Western, and he comes up with.
No, some of these is
because I'm going to say that says a man has to know his limitations, right? And I think Souček needs to buy into that, because he's not technically gifted. He's not. Right? He's got a lot of good energy. He's good in the air. Yes, he can score the odd goals from the air and from the floor as well. But I think sometimes he gets, or too many times I should say, gets caught in possession, where he's too sloppy in possession, slow on the ball. It's almost like he's trying to think what he's going to do with the ball, then he gets robbed. And I saw it again tonight in too many situations. So he gets a 4 from me. It wasn't impressive.
Souček gets a 4. Right, so, okay. Let's go to... Right, Luke's laughing. Right, okay. Disabled team, bang on the money. Or in regards to quickly getting their scores across. They said a 5 for Souček. Luke says, this is where it gets interesting. Roy gave Souček a 5. Keith gave Souček a 5. Cams, Scouse Hamas, 4 out of 10. Done my head in today. Souček hasn't been the same player this season and at all. And today was his worst. I think that's echoing what David said. Luke Legend. Thomas Souček did nothing. Can't pass, can't tackle, and no longer getting in the ball. Thomas Souček. Luke, what's your score for Souček? You know what? It's a shame because I feel that him and Rice last season was the best midfield partnership in the league.
Yeah.
As a partnership.
I think part of it is they're playing too many games. Don't forget, last season we had no Europe. Now we've got Europe, and the pairing is always Souček and Rice. It's virtually never anyone else. So it's burning them out. We need players in there. He's got Crowd on loan, and he doesn't want to use him for some reason.
Yeah,
he virtually never get a break.
That is true, and that's the thing is, and I feel that, and I knew this, is that when you take Ogbonna out, that means defensively they've got to do a bit more, and then you take Zuma out, defensively they've got to do a bit more, then you take out Crezo and Johnson. So I just think now, because of the injuries, the knock-on effect is Souček maybe can't even get forward the way he wants to, because now he's got to be mindful of who's behind him. So there's a lot of things I think to take into consideration as to certain players' performances. I
remember earlier in the season they were playing up to Antonio, it was sticking, and now they're playing into him, it's not sticking, so they're almost like yo-yos. Do you understand? They don't know whether they can go because they can't trust his touch, and then when they do go, it gives the ball away, so they have to get back. So it's like my UC when we do the kids, like if you play it forward, the ball's got to stick in it.
Exactly.
You can't get forward. So.
Right, Kimmy says, all chaos in my home right now. My little boy's going wild. Don't think he's too happy with the match either. My little hammer smacking me and growling. Stop that. Luke Legend gave Souček a 3.
3.
Roy, I would rather see in under 23s play today with Rice in the middle and Areola in goal. I'm still gonna support. I don't think Fabianski's done anything to warrant being dropped, but people like Oko Flex, maybe Longelo, and I think that maybe now, like, just because this Christmas period, like, they're gonna have to be used, and sooner rather than later. Look, the Sable team says, "Wow, Luke." This is funny. This is what I'm saying with Luke. It's funny, Davey. Crow is check for invisible. And then look at Keith.
I mean, he can't rate him.
Nah, he can't. Keith says, "Who would you swap James for?" There, look, he's on. Who would you actually? If it was a straight swap, and like being realistic, like they paid, I think, 25 mil for him. Man United paid 15, so he's a quite a high value player. Who would you swap him for? That's not like some unknown. Like, if you was gonna swap Dan James, who would you swap him for?
They could have Mazaraku, mate. I'm thinking for Mazaraku. Because, I mean, he would score the odd goal or two, and his speed does offer a threat, doesn't it? So
yeah,
I think that's why United got rid of him. He just almost he's so fast that he leaves all his thinking and everything else behind him.
So Mazaraku, Keith, right? Fabianski is not the problem. No, I don't think so.
No, Fabianski's done well, to be fair, hasn't he?
And the thing is, he's going to have even more work to do with not the back line that he probably wants to be behind. I'm a tryer. Yeah. What about Mazuaku and Yarmolenko for Dan James? Would you do that, Davey?
No, I think we could get money from Yarmolenko. He's international, man. He's still rated by some teams in Europe. So I think Yarmolenko will go in January, I think, actually. We'll get a few buds for him.
Cam says Vlasic for James. Nah, man, we got to hope that he comes good.
We said this about 4 now. Remember Martin way back when he first came to West Ham. I think Vlasic should be one of them. You just got to give him time.
I hope so. Good. Good as a try. All right, so let's go to Klitsch as well. Yeah, they're not feeling that Klitsch, for Leeds. Right, so let me get rid of that. Go to here and let's go to I think this is Alright, yeah, we'll start with Lanzini.
Didn't do enough, did he? He needs to get on the ball. Even though he's really good technically, I gave him a 4. Another player.
Yep.
I gave him a 4. Didn't do enough. I believe. There was times when I think Moyes had to switch and get 4 nails to try and cover him. Because I think you're supposed to help Mazaraku double up with Saka, and too many times, he got exposed way up the pitch, not even tracking back. Yeah, and then when he is in possession, decent enough player, but too lightweight, man. Too lightweight. Too easy to brush off the ball. That's one of the things. He's similar to Benrahma. That's one of the things about Benrahma as well. He's got a lot of good technical ability, but they can't keep the ball. In that Premier League, these players are just brushing them off the ball. It's almost like they're playing against kids.
Yeah. And I think it was evident with Lanzini tonight. I did say that. I did say, listen, with my bad back and all that, I'm faster than him still, and I'm physically stronger than him.
Yeah.
And, in the Premier League, like, that should be, he was getting sort of bullied, man. Kieran Davey, he's from West Ham Random. He lives in Australia, but he's from East London. Where is he? Here.
Hey, Kieran.
Hi, hey boys, I'm working. Just popped in, say hello. Yeah, so he's in Brisbane, Australia.
Okay.
But yeah, you lot will see more of Davey. We will do more live stuff as well. Like, it doesn't have to be a watch along or the ratings. Like, we will think of something to go live. A weekly show, whatever. Where it's me, Davey, Cam. It always makes me smile. Football chat. Yeah. And Lanzini. Hi, brother. Right, Cam says 6 out of 10. Won a free kick to us get forward. Played some good pass. Not really an awful point. Nah, I would have to favour more what Davey said, like 4.5, maybe a 5 for Lanzini. Who's this? Oh, that was Cam's. Right, so because I can't see, I haven't named these, so I had to put them back in. Let me find. Is this 4 nows? Yes, it is. Okay, Pablito. And before you start, Davey, I think we've got some more. Right, yeah, before you go, we've got Lanzini. He got a 4 as well from Luke. The most overrated player in the squad. Lightweight and not in the game enough. So he agrees with you there, Davey. And Kieran says, good day, Davey, mate. He ain't got an Aussie accent. But yeah, Kieran's a top guy. Okay, yeah, Davey, sorry. So 4 nows.
4 nows, I gave him slightly higher, 5 out of 10. Right. You know, I do like 4 nows. Yeah, I just think like we struggled today. You know, I think the key to 4 nows and Bowen is that ball up to Antonio. He's got to make it stick, and then he brings the other players in. So I think if he's having a bad game, it's very difficult for the players playing off him to get involved in the game, and then we saw that today in abundance. You know, so yeah, I gave Pablo 4 nows 5 out of 10. I don't think he played that bad, but he didn't do anything really exceptional. And taking the result and the team performance as a whole, 5 is about average, so I'll give him an average score of 5 out of 10.
Right, so I pre-warn you, if you ever say Happy Emirate, don't say anything. Yeah, okay, so yeah, there's a lady, West Ham fan called Happy Emirate, but she, like, you know, she's basically Lanzini's wife. Like, she wants him to be her husband. So yeah, she's not in here today, but yeah, she would back him all the way. 4 nows gets a 5 from Disabled Team. It took her ages just to say hello to me. Right, we'll let people maybe give their 4 nows while I find the next player, which would be, I can't even see. Yeah, so you look, what's your 4 nows? Is this him? Nope. Let's go back to, is this him?
Oh, Bowen.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because I can't. Yeah, on here I normally name it, but I had to delete him. Bowen, Davey.
Bowen, I gave him the same 5 out of 10. He's another player. You know, we like Bowen. We like 4 nows. I think they generally do really well for West Ham offensively. They both run their heart out for the team. Always give 100%. You know, he's been amongst the goals recently as well, either goal or assist. He's a threat, definitely. I just think today the team, you know, with the exception of the centre backs, we just didn't perform. You know, we didn't play well. We didn't keep the ball enough, and consequently, below par, I should say, performance. And gave him a 4. Bowen.
5.
Sorry, 5. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Keith agrees with you. Gave him a 5. Luke says 4 nows 5. Team player doesn't play well when the team doesn't. Can't polish a turd. Disabled Team 5. Poor for Bowen today. So they've all agreed with you in regards to the score. Roy Chappell gave a 5, and that is very true, Luke Legend. Yeah, I think, you know, Bowen always tries hard, and 4 nows there, like you said, he's another one that they do try. Luke says Bowen not good enough today, and that is why he won't play for England. He got a 5. Do you think, could you see him getting an England call up?
I think if you look at the players in front of him, you can understand why he doesn't get called up. Has he been playing well enough to? I think he's good enough.
Yeah,
he's good enough. Whether to be in the squad, but with everybody playing at their best, it's going to be difficult for him to get in that squad, isn't it? If you look at the players that England's got, it's going to be difficult for him to get in the squad. You
would assume, you know, he might have Scotland, Wales, or Ireland connections somewhere, but then again, that could be a poor assumption because it's got to be your grandparents and no further back. So maybe he doesn't qualify because, you could see him playing international football for maybe one of the British teams, but not England. Doesn't score enough, says Luke. Yeah, and the thing is, with his traits, he should score more goals. Remember?
He needs to get among the goals more. I agree.
Okay, right. So the last one from the starting team was everybody's not so favourite player at this moment in time. Let me remove the comment. Yeah, let me just find him. I think he's near the bottom. I think this is him. Michael Antonio, David. I think I know what you're going to give him, but because you've already written yours down.
I mean, this is what I thought of Antonio today. Look.
Missing. Anonymous. Anonymous.
Exactly. Yeah, he went missing, mate. I gave him a 4 as well, Martin.
I thought it'd be a 4.
Yeah, I gave him a 4. I was tempted to go lower, but I thought, nah, I'll give him a 4. Because he was just poor, so poor. And I remember I was saying, we were saying earlier, I was saying to him, I don't know if, and I don't think it's just this game he's being below par. Today was exceptionally poor though, and for a big, strong guy, he gets bullied, man, by these centre backs. They just push him out the way and stuff. And I'm thinking, come on, man, stand your ground. They try to play into him, and the ball don't stick. He's just either fumbling or to control it or whatever. And yeah, it's like, come on, man, you need to. Like we would say, fix up.
Fix up. Yeah, he does. Yeah.
So and the thing is, he's a big player for the team, and we need Antonio on form so we can play into him and get the team up the pitch. Because that's part of our counter attack scheme is to be able to play into him and then just either spin it off or turn the player or play into somebody else, and then we can get up the pitch. But yeah, he was really poor today. He just didn't stick. It kept breaking down and. When we play into him, and then it caused us a lot of problems. So I don't know. I think he needs to go to Dunn's River or something for a few days. Come back.
Shame score. He did it for Hull. Yeah, that's the thing. I remember he was always scoring for Hull and Bowen. Yeah. Right. Disabled team gave him a 4. They agreed with you. Luke gave him a 3. I thought you might be 3 when you started speaking.
Luke is spot on, Martin. I totally agree. He is becoming a problem, and it needs addressing. And I think you should just take him out. I don't think you need to wait till January. Take him out the team. I don't think Moyes should be in a position where he's thinking he has to play Antonio. He's not in that position. I don't think we are in that position. He's been really poor. Take him out the team. And then maybe you get a better response from him. But if he's playing poorly, Martin, and still playing, come on, man. What kind of message are you sending out to him?
All right, let me put this to you, because I remember on West Ham Random, I think it was Peach and Budgie, when I suggested I would take this player in January, they was like, no. I said I would, if it was, the funds and what, I would take Lacazette. Based off tonight's performance, I know he was diving all over the place in that, but yeah. Is Lacazette not a better option than Antonio right about now?
Yeah.
Because these people know how to play their position.
Years back before he went to Arsenal, we were in for him, and yeah, of course he's a better player than Antonio. Period.
Yeah.
Full stop. It's funny because even a couple of weeks ago, I know we've spoken, Martin, about this off air. We spoke about? Remember, I'm sorry, his name's got out of my head. Is it Mitrovic, a Fulham guy?
Yeah, Mitrovic.
Scoring all the goals for Fulham, and you say maybe he's a more Championship player than a Premier League. I just think I think even him as a second player to Antonio, big, strong, can score, can hold the ball up much better than Antonio. Right?
Yeah.
And all right, he doesn't have his speed. Yeah, we know that he doesn't have Antonio's speed. But I think he can get the team up the pitch. I think he can do a job for us. And I think he's the type of player, from what I've seen of him, yeah, he can be a bit of a hothead, right? But all good players have got that trait. I think he's the type of player that if you show him love...
Yeah. Exactly.
And then I think if you used to bring him in and show him a bit of love, you'd get the best out of him. And I think that's the same with most players.
Yeah, I'd have no problem with Mitrovic coming in January, because I know, the funds, and now we might also need a centre back and whatever. So but I would want to see numbers coming through the door, 5 players.
Well, let me give you a cheeky one. What about the one that they've just stripped of the captaincy?
You know what? I thought about that, but I thought, it's the wages for me is a problem. You understand? If it weren't for that, then, but it's funny because recently at Arsenal he's just missing open goals. He just look. I don't know, man. I don't know whether it's that curse of getting a new contract and then. But you know what the worst thing is? We're in a position now where anything would seem better than Antonio. Anything.
Yeah.
Jordan Hugo, whatever. Right. So Luke gave him 3, and he said, "Hold the ball up, mate," which is true. I just see the defenders getting the ball before him, bullying him. Right, disabled team. I never go below 4 as a rule, but today it was close. So that's just about a 4, which is probably the same as you, because you was edging towards a 3. Has he played too many games? Is that the problem? Maybe.
Could be. What we said about Suchek and Rice, isn't it? It could be. But I just think that if he was running and it's he's tiring at the end of games and we're changing him. Fair enough. But I think it's more technical thing, isn't it? Whereas before he was doing it, and all of a sudden, I don't know why he's not doing it. The thing is, Martin, he's not even, like most strikers, they would lock the defenders in behind him.
Exactly. That's bread and butter as a striker.
Like making the players come around him and take the ball. He's like playing almost like he's a novice. I'm thinking, what's he doing? Oh, listen, my Greg is upstairs, right? I was swearing at the telly, man. What are you doing?
Exactly. And that's one good thing with Lacazette. Lacazette is not the biggest, but he knows how to hold up the ball. He knows how to roll a man, and he knows how his movement off the ball is that of a striker. Antonio's movement off the ball is generally not of a striker. Right. Luke says the closest he came was when he bundled with a bouncing ball. I would prefer skill over luck. Yep. Yeah. All day long. Roy gave Antonio a 2.
I thought he had number 9, Roy.
Gave him a 2.
You know what? I can see why he's getting low scores. He hasn't been good for West Ham over the last few games.
For a long time. I think for the last couple months, I think. Yeah.
And I don't think, I think because of the red card, he had nobody else to throw on. I would have taken him off. You know what I'm like?
I would have. I said that. I
just take him off. It didn't look like I was going to win the game anyway, so I just take him off.
Because what are you teaching him? Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So Luke, we will never score a goal from open play ever again. Aubameyang is a massive tool, though. Do we need him in the squad? Nah. Like I said, for me, straight away it's the wages. Like if his wages weren't the way they were, and because of our current predicament, then you'd have to consider him because we're not scoring. Our strikers don't even look like scoring a goal. So, but I'd want someone more hungry and not so distracted by things outside of football, cars and traveling and coming back late and all that. Yeah, like we don't need that.
Do you know what happened with Aubameyang?
He came back late or something. Was it?
This is what I heard. Right? Yeah. I heard that he said he was sick, didn't come into training, and somebody took a picture of him in a tattoo shop getting a tattoo.
See what I'm saying?
When he should have been at training.
And the worst thing is, go to the tattoo shop after training.
Right, exactly.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, that's no discipline or ill discipline. Right, so let me just get to the subs that Moyes brought on quite late. So the first sub was... Let me find him. Is that him? Ben Rama finally came on 76 minutes. Like he was stripped and like 20 minutes prior to that. So yeah, thoughts on Ben Rama, Davey, who got like 20 minutes or close to that.
Yeah, Martin, he wasn't good, and the thing about it, he gave away the ball for the second goal. So I would say, as he come on in a performance like that, he would have got a 5. But because of his performance, and generally he's a level 1, hasn't been below par. I don't know if it's hyped. They've hyped him up a little bit, scored a few goals, and now they've started to think, oh, they've arrived, whatever. So he gets a 4 from me, mate, and I haven't been impressed with him at all.
Yeah, 4.
And I can understand why recently. Sorry, Mark, to cut you. I could understand why recently he's been playing Lanzini in front of him. I totally understand that.
One sec. Luke. Disabled team. Okay, here we go. Disabled team. Agree with you. 4. Lost the ball too easy. Luke says Benny gets a 3. He has been poor for weeks. So yeah, he's saying Ben Rama, in his opinion, hasn't been cutting it for a few weeks now. Yeah, you lot can always catch up. I think the chat's a bit quiet. I think based off of that performance. This one, I don't even think I've got him here. Which was Ashby. I have actually. 1 second. Let me find him. Ashby. Which one is it? This him? Nope. This him? Nope. Where is he? Flip's sake. Hold on a minute. Because normally these would be named, but because you can only put a certain amount of items in, you've got to delete. Okay, here he is named actually because of the rapper. Here we go. Right, so Harrison Ashby came on 84 minutes for 4 hours.
Yeah, I thought when he came on he did all right. You know, we saw him play the other day. Did all right again in that last Europa League game, and yeah, I'll give him a 5 mark. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. Didn't do anything wrong. Tried to get forward. You know, looked bright enough. And this is what I was saying, that give the kids a chance. You know what I mean? You don't know how well they're going to do until you put them in. You know, and I'm not saying you have to put all of them in at the same time, but you know, the ones that you think can do it, give them a chance. You know, you can always have the other ones on the bench. Yes, they will make a mistake once or twice. That I bet, you know, some of the more experienced players are making mistakes, all playing below par at the moment anyway. So, you know, give them a chance, I say, and I'll give him a 5 out of 10 mark. He done all right. It looks a bright prospect for us. So, yeah.
Do you think he will start because Soufal's out?
He might well do, actually. Might well start him. Because
Do you think that's why he brought him on? Just to give him some minutes?
Injured.
He must be, yeah.
Okay.
He must be.
Then he might well start him, yeah. And who we got?
Yeah, Fredericks is out with a groin injury.
Who's our next game against?
And that's the thing. Look, forgot about Fredericks. He's also another defender that's out already.
Yeah.
Our next game is at home to Norwich. So, you know, like, you can't underestimate no one, but, you know, that's probably the perfect game for us.
Yeah.
If you were to pick one, it would be at home to Norwich, wouldn't it? So
hopefully we can. Yeah, I dare not tempt fate by saying. Yeah.
But yeah, I forgot about Fredericks. You know, that's another defender. Right. So he's the last player. Not enough time from disabled team, but they still agreed with you and gave him a 5. You know. We'll get to, you know, let's see if anyone else wants to comment on the youngster. And then the last one will be David Moyes. Let me just get him up. Brand. Right, Davey, what is your thoughts on, you know, Moyes' approach, tactics, subs, and all, like, what would you round off his scoring for tonight, if you could?
Well, out of 10.
Yeah.
Out of 10, I'd give him a 6. You know, I think if anything, his hands are fairly tied with what he can do in regards to team selection. And I think, if anything, the players let him down a little bit tonight, a bit below par. I don't even think they let him down. Maybe that's too strong. You know, I just think that we've played a lot of games with the same players. I think even the commentator at one stage, I can't remember, in the second half, I think it was, I think he made a comment that Arsenal have used X amount of players, and it was like 10 more than West Ham has used, right? In comparison, and that sort of sums it up. You know, that's the difference, is that their players can remain fresh throughout, even up to this stage of the season, and
they're not in Europe either.
Went out, which is a worrying sight. You know, because what are we, nearly halfway, and we're already struggling. So hopefully, like I said, we can get a few more players in. I don't blame him too much for the result. Tactically, could he have done better with what he had? No, he couldn't have gone toe to toe with Arsenal. They would have battered us, I think. So he played well. You know, normally we tried to play on a counter attack. It didn't work today, and then we had the red card from that ridiculous referee decision. So yeah. No, I don't even blame him for that result. You know, it's just one of them games we've just got to put to bed, dust ourselves down, and try again, as you say, with Norwich in the next game. So I'll give him a 6 out of 10 now.
Okay. Comments. Right, so Disableton gave him a 7, and they said, but it took a long time to make the changes. And the thing is, I said this on air, that he had Ben Rama, you know, ready for so long. Then when they might have been a penalty, actually, leading up to penalty, like maybe if we'd have got him on quicker, we would have had more of the ball in. But then after seeing what Ben Rama did, then maybe not. He didn't really do anything. But I was thinking, like, yeah, you could have maybe got him on quicker and just be more proactive. I said it as well, like the way the game went, if we go 1-0 down, we're in trouble, because now it's like a salvage mission, and yeah, like I think we should have tried to take it to them, but not, wholeheartedly, but sometimes sit back and that. But have a 5-minute spell where we change. Now, okay, now we're going to go for them. But it was too much just passive, I think. And once you go behind in a game like that, it's very hard to come back. But then obviously we've got the red card and all that as well, which didn't help. Moyes 6 does need to stop trying to be too clever against the big team and just go at them. Gives them too much respect. Yeah, I still think he has that mentality of, I don't know, inferiority complex. Maybe not him as a manager, but the players. I think, sometimes, you got to fight fire with fire, and not toe to toe, but we could have. I'd said it again. I've got a feeling Leeds will trouble Arsenal much more than we did tonight, just because of the way that they play.
I just think generally it was an all-round poor performance for us, and if you look at how we've played Liverpool, Man City, or Man City are a better side than Arsenal, and we played and kept the ball a lot better in stages than we did tonight. And if you can't keep the ball, Martin, it's like you're always struggling. If your team can't keep the ball, you're going to struggle to compete in any game. Exactly.
1 second. So, respect to Yvonne Okafor as a new subscriber. I hope Yvonne Okafor. I hope I pronounced that right. Like I said during the watch along, most people, including myself, is everything on their YouTube is set to private, so you don't know when they subscribe. But once they comment, they must be subscribed. But then when a name does come through, then it's good to acknowledge that. So you clearly have tuned into the player rating show and you've subscribed from that. So much appreciated and much respect for that. Like I said, we are going to try and go live more so. We'll think of something that could be a regular segment. Doesn't have to be about who we're playing. Doesn't have to be about a previous game. Just a show where, the subscribers get involved. And so we will come up with something, you lot. It's needed on YouTube. You need to go live a bit more often. They were there for the taking. Nothing special. It's true. I see them playing like triangles and inside our 18-yard box and that. I'm thinking nah, man, it looked like West Ham of old. That's what it looked like. Rather than, the last 18 months to 2 years West Ham. We just didn't look like that. But those injuries are, if you think about that and you put Fredericks into that mix as well, I don't think any team could cope. This is worse than when Liverpool, that when the season after they won the league, they just about got top 4. Remember, Van Dijk was out. I think Gomez, but I think ours on the scale to our club, I think that would harm us even more than it did Liverpool. So we just got to get through this, try and stay in the mix, and then January get some quality signings through the door that can shake it up a bit.
Almost like we're treading water at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
We were so poor though. Don't mind losing, but there was all thank you, deflating but predictable. Need a kill. Yeah, that's the thing, Luke. I agree with you that when you lose in football, you're going to lose. Just go down fighting, and I don't think that we fought today. It was a bit limp for me, and we could have tried more. I think as a team. Yeah. I don't know if they're saving themselves for Norwich, but now we need to see a bounce back against Norwich. COVID permitting, that is, because all these teams are getting postponed and whatnot. Davey, final thoughts, because then we're just reaching an hour. We'll wrap this up, and
disappointing performance, disappointing watch as well. Not up to our usual standards, and you would have thought prior to the game, Martin, that they both sides knew that the winner of this game would stay in 4th place. So you'd have thought everyone would have been up for it. You'd have think, 3 on sort of thing, So we didn't at all, and we just almost rolled over for them. And it wasn't good to see. But the good thing about football, there's another game. There's always another game, and we got a chance to bounce back against Norwich on. Is it Saturday or Sunday?
I think so.
Yeah, so on Saturday. So hopefully we'll get a much better performance and a victory. So come on, you Hammers. Let's get back.
So just a fun fact, you lot. If Davey shows his initials, you can see mine this side. Show your initials, Davey.
No, wrong side.
We both share the initials with the man on screen with us, David Moyes. Davies is, the exact same. Mine is the opposite. But we are all the MDs or DMs. Us three on the screen. See that, people? Totally understand. Boom. Darren says, nice show, chaps, all the way from Thailand. And I think said he was driving, wasn't he? So respect, Darren. And thank you, brother Titch and Davey. Great player rating show, honest as always. Yeah, Davey, you might want to do it as well. Like the more that they get to know you. But yeah, I'm gonna go on to, and you could potentially join me. Actually, I'm gonna go on to the disabled teams channel when we play Leeds. Like a preview.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah. So if you're up for that disabled team, it could be me and Davey.
Yeah.
Separate streamer, so it'll be both on 2 separate ones. But yeah, if you're up for that disabled team, then we'll definitely do that. And like I said, is the more we go live, the more you get to know Cam even more and Dave even more. And I don't want to just go live just for the sake of going live. Like, we will come up with something which is a regular segment. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. For after a poor performance, at least you've contributed to the show, because without you lot, there wouldn't be no player rating show really. Yeah, Norwich next game, that we should put in a better performance, and in theory we should get 3 points, and then we forget about tonight's result. Davey, nothing else to say apart from come on, see you later, everybody. Thank you very much. Oh look, he said that's fine, Davey. So yeah, me and you will go on there on disabled team.
Okay.
But yeah, you lot, I'm gonna end it, and we'll see you soon. Oh, one sec. See, I don't like Hammerhead. Big respect, brother Titch and Davey. Well enjoyed show. Thanks. Yeah. See, these are all good people, man. Every cloud has a claret and blue lining. You lot, thanks for everything, and yeah, you'll see more of Davey soon. But
yeah, much appreciated, guys. Cheers.
Oh, okay, Kimmy. One sec, Davey. Nice meeting, Davey. Cheers, all. Kimmy.
Cheers,
when we
Kimmy.
score, you know the celebration. That's what she comes for. But yeah, we had nothing to shout about today. But yeah, see you later, everyone. Let me end.